So is there something about playing Manchester United that sets it apart from playing anyone else?
Play Man United is to play against one of the biggest clubs in the world. Is to play against one of the best teams in the Premier League, and I think this is what everybody wants. This week I was not worried about motivating players or demand players to be focused on the game and in the opponent, because there is no need. It's easy job.
Is it a special fixture?
Yeah, I think so. As I was saying, it's a big match. You have to play against everyone, and you have to play at home and away, and you know that. And our fight is always to have the same motivation, to have the same ambition. Doesn't matter the opponent, is always our fight. But the reality is that these matches are the easy ones, the ones where every player wants to play, every player is desperate to play, every player is focused to play. So it's the matches everybody likes.
Is Loic Remy fit to play?
I don't know.
How would you rate him then? What are his chances?
He has chances to play, yeah.
Better than 50-50?
Yeah.
And can you give us an update on Diego Costa? How is he progressing from his...
Progressing very well. Very well. I think he has a chance for the next weekend. But, as we were saying, our target was for Diego to play the last 4 matches. And Arsenal is the 6th match to the end. So if he doesn't play Arsenal or Leicester, it's not a problem, because our focus was on 4. But things are going so well that in this moment we think he has a chance for the next weekend.
So what's he doing at the moment?
He's training.
With the rest of the squad?
No.
But presumably
he starts training with the rest of the squad next week.
Is anybody else struggling?
No.
Have any other injury concerns?
No.
Eden Hazard has this week been nominated for the PFA Player of the Year. He's one of the potential winners. I know you've spoken a lot about him this season, but what do you feel he's added to his game? Why are people talking about him being the best player in the Premier League?
Consistent. Consistent. One thing is the talent, but bring the talent to the game not every day and not in a regular way. Another thing is to be consistent, and he's been very consistent since the beginning of the season. So consistent as the team.
In your opinion, is he the best player in the Premier League right now?
You know, in my opinion, we want to win the league. He wants to win the league, and that's the league we want to win. He's not the player of the year or something like that. But obviously, if in the top of the collective ambitions, a player deserves something special, and when it comes from the fellow players from every team, I think means a bit more. So if he gets that, great. But the objective, his objective too, is to win the Premier League.
Who would be your manager of the year, Jose?
My manager of the year? I don't know. I don't know.
Oh, it is? Would it be you?
No. I'm the last one. I'm the last one because I never got a manager of the month. How can I think about the manager of the season? So I'm out of that. But as Eden, I'm here not to win the manager of the season. I'm here to win the Premier League.
Jurgen Klopp has said that he's going to be leaving this summer. He's expressed a desire to manage in the Premier League. What do you think he would bring to the Premier League if he come here?
He's a very good coach, but I have no idea if he comes to the Premier League. He's a very good coach. He's a good friend. I like him very much. If he comes, welcome. But I don't want to go into that story. Where is he going? The only thing I know is that he told me that for Chelsea he's not coming for sure. And he told me that personally. So I'm calm.
Tell us how things stand with Chelsea signing Nathan. Is that an imminent deal? Do you expect it to be completed fairly soon?
I'm not worried with that. I'm not worried with that. Not at all.
Is he a player? I mean, he's a player you like?
He's a player that our structure followed, and our structure thinks that he's a player with potential for the future. And if the deal is to close, I will try to help, as I try to help everyone, to become a Chelsea player. But in this moment, he's not a player from my squad. He's not a player that I'm waiting for. And I'm focused just on my team and my job. And my team, I love it. My squad, I love it. And the objective we are fighting for, I love it too.
Figures from Kick It Out show that Chelsea is the most abused club on social media this season. 20,000 messages. Why do you think Chelsea are being targeted?
I think because we are boring. Top of the league since day one. It's something in this country people doesn't like. So I think everybody would love the Premier League to be in this moment like the Championships, with 4 teams separated by a couple of points, where nobody knows who is going to be promoted, where nobody knows who is going to the playoffs. I know that this would be the ideal scenario in the Premier League, but since day one we are there, and we are trying for not to allow that to happen. We are with big determination to be champions.
There are some other figures out that collated by fair play delegates. They show that Chelsea score very well on positive play, but they also show that Chelsea are worst of any of the Premier League teams for respect towards referees. Is that a concern to you?
You know, I prefer not to answer. Really. I prefer not to answer.
Why?
Because I prefer not to answer.
Yes. If you beat Manchester United, you'll be 10 points clear at the top with 6 games left. That would be pretty much it, wouldn't it?
If we beat Man United, we go 11 points, not 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Even better.
Even better. But if, and no ifs, you know, tomorrow 7:30, we know the result, and we know the distance between us and Man United. No ifs, and to be speaking about what if is not something that helps me.
Even if you draw the game, that's a decent...
Is again an if. Is again an if.
How do you approach the game then?
I want to win.
Right.
Is the way I approach. I want to win.
Manchester United, I think Lou Van Gaal has said in the last half hour that there'll be no Carrick, there'll be no Rojo, there'll be no Blind, and there'll be no Phil Jones. They're all injured from last weekend. That weakens them considerably.
I disagree.
Because?
Because their squad is amazing. In numbers, in players, in experience, in solutions, their squad is amazing. Every week I have in my office, not the team that I'm going to play against, but I have in the big screen the squad and all the options. And this week when I arrive in the room for the first time in the week, I realize what they have. I realize what they have is amazing.
Do you think they can cover the loss of that many players?
Of course. Do you want me to tell you that they're players?
Yes.
Do you want me?
Yeah, yeah.
Mata, Di Maria, Januzaj, Rooney, Van Persie, Falcão, Herrera, Carrick, Blind, Fellaini.
Are they weak there?
No, defenders, Rafael and Valencia, right backs, and Luke Shaw, left back, and centre backs. They have Smalling, they have, of course, they don't have Evans and Jones, but McNair and Blackett, they played. Van Gaal is fantastic coach to develop players. The kids, they played a lot of matches. They are more than ready.
Going into a game as a Chelsea manager with centre backs like that they possibly could have on.
You know, I went to Queens Park Rangers with Drogba and no strikers on the bench. You know, and for a long time, because of suspension or because of injuries or because of your suspensions, because I don't forget that a couple of times you decide the players to be suspended. We are in trouble. We are in trouble since a long time, and you have to cope with it. And I know Mr. Van Gaal very well, and I think he's the kind of person to say in this moment, or to think in this moment, that we have a fantastic squad and we go with what we have. I think is the way he approach injuries, because injuries are part of the game.
What's your relationship with Louis van Gaal these days?
I consider him a big friend, but obviously this season, because of our jobs, working in the same country, in clubs with the same objectives, we are not speaking every week. But the deep feeling of a big friend, that doesn't change.
Do you see similarities from the Chelsea side last season with what Man United are doing at the moment? That he's building a side, and then next year they could really have a crack at the title?
No, they are fighting for the title. You read what they say, you read what their players feel and say, and they are fighting for the title. So I think it's different. They are already fighting for the title.
Luis.
Jose, hi. In Colombia, mainly, there is a little bit of concern about the rhythm of two of the main players in the national team, Falcao and Cuadrado. Do you think that Cuadrado can have more minutes in the last games of the season, because he's just playing 10 minutes or 11 minutes when he can get the opportunity?
I don't know. I just know that it's different to play in Italy than to play in England. It's different to play in Fiorentina than play for Chelsea. A player needs time, and I am ready to give him time, and the club is ready to give him time, and it looks that he's ready to have this time. So I really believe that next season he can have a fantastic season. But if he feels if somebody feels pressure in the sense of he has to play every game or he has to play all the time because he has the American Cup to play in the summer and so on, I want to be fair. I respect every national team, and I wish well to every national team. Colombia is not exception. Also because I like the coach very much, and I like the players, a lot of them very much. But I coach Chelsea, and I do the best for Chelsea and the best for the players. So no problem with Cuadrado. He will have his time. Step by step, he will have his time. But he needs a little bit of time that sometimes players are not giving.
Jose, you have two big games in 1 week, Manchester United and then Arsenal. Is it fair to say you might go for the safest option and play for 2 draws and keep the same distance with the second place?
The safest option is to win 11 points, which we cannot do in 2 matches, but we can do in 7. That's the safest option. We need 11 points, and we go for them. We change nothing.
Jose, Juan Mata's returning to Stamford Bridge for the first time tomorrow. What are your thoughts on how he has played in recent weeks for Manchester United?
I have no thoughts. My thoughts are not important. He's a player with an history in this club. Everybody in this club has deep respect for him as a player and as a manager. And when he left, everybody wished him the best. So if things are going well for him, everybody in this club is happy with that. Very correct boy, top professional. We are happy that things are going well for him.
And do you have any specific plans for Mario and Fellaini tomorrow? Will Zuma play in midfield, for example?
We want to win the game, and our plan, all the plan is in that direction. We want to win the game.
Martin.
Hi Jose, there is a scenario where you only need 9 points if you win the 3 games coming up because of the results, therefore would be against Manchester United and against Arsenal, and you can win the league in the next 3 games. Will that cross your mind at all?
No, what is in my mind is to try to win the 3 points tomorrow. That's what crossed my mind. We know it's very difficult. We know that 3 results are possible, but we are just thinking about win the game tomorrow, and after the result tomorrow, which in this moment we don't know, after the result we will see what happened. But we just think match after match and try to win the match we have.
Julie.
Can I ask about Oscar? As we talk, he might leave the club this summer. Is there any truth to that, or is he a player that you count on for next season?
Of course.
He'll stay?
Sorry?
He will stay at Chelsea?
Of course. He just signed a contract a few months ago, where he's one of the players with the best contract, one of the players with long-term contracts. A boy with 23 years old that Chelsea bought when he was a kid 3 years ago. Obviously, in the best period of his career. Obviously, we don't want to sell.
Simon.
So is it just a quick question on Patrick Bamford? Has he got any chance of playing a part next season? And there's talk of a new contract.
You know, he has a chance to be promoted with Middlesbrough. That's the reason why he's there, to develop himself and to help Middlesbrough. So, in this moment, I don't have to speak about him. He's a Middlesbrough player till the end of the season. They can be promoted now. They can be promoted in the playoffs or not, but in the playoffs they go for sure. And we think these last 3 matches and the possibility of extra 2 or 3 in the playoffs is very important for his development. So this is the only thing that matters.
Yes, at the back there, yeah.
Why did you actually make an offer to the Japanese player Muto? Is it just for sponsorship deal? Is that all? Or why did you actually make it?
I don't make offers in this club. I coach players.
Well, what do you think of him?
I don't think, in this moment I don't think. If one day he becomes my player, I speak about him, but not in this moment.